right, we are live. What's going on, everyone? Happy RC Tuesday.
What's up, Dwayne?
Hello.
Ooh. All right. What's going on, everybody in the chat there? Radioactive.
What's up, everybody?
There's probably a lurker back there. Yeah, somebody's going to be lurking. There's 3 likes and one's mine.
What's
up, Bushman?
How you doing, Bushman? What's up, Bushman?
Shram. Thompson. How's everyone tonight?
Will, what's going on, buddy?
Like I said, I'm dealing with a head cold, so I'm trying to do it.
Yeah. So, anywho,
Thompson.
Yeah, I can't glue them.
The what?
Those pieces I can't glue.
are they serrated?
It's the pieces that the shock sits in, the eyeball sits in.
Right.
It's
And
those
are not
like,
replaceable, right?
right. They're brass, like they're pressed brass or something like that. Whatever. Oh well. I actually pressed it in a little bit better this time, so maybe it'll actually hold.
Maybe a couple, if you got some small O-rings to put between that and the chassis side.
Hey, Lyle. Welcome in.
Lyle.
What's up, buddy?
Long time no see. Maybe I could throw like some kind of flat plastic washer in there or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. That's not gonna work. No.
All right, Chris, what's the subject?
Yeah, all right. I'm glad. So we're going to talk about RC battery plugs or connections, you want to say. So name some of the connectors.
XT60.
Okay.
XT90. Deans.
Come on, keep going.
JSTs.
IC2.
IC3s.
IC3.
IC5s.
EC5s. EC3s. EC2s.
Deans. Stars.
Banana.
Tamaya. Radio Shack.
JS plugs.
What's up, Curtis D?
Welcome in, Curtis.
All right. So that's some of them.
Oh, and Traxxas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Don't forget Traxxas.
Don't forget Tamiya.
Already got those in the loop with Traxxas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two of the worst battery connections known to man.
Oh yeah.
What? Which one? The Traxxas or Tamayas?
Both.
Yes.
The worst part is you can't find a female end to change a different battery to, unless you go the old prong ones that they had.
Yeah. So first one is Deans / T plugs.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Well, those, it depends, because a lot of people use them just for trailing because they're easy to take apart.
Yeah. So,
Sometimes they're just as hard to take apart as the freaking XT60.
yeah.
XT60s are hard as fuck to take apart, though.
So the current rate of a Dean's plug is 60 amps and 75 on burst, I think is what what I read.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dana even said, thought Tony was going to shave the sideburns. Oh, and bullet connectors.
And Lyle said butt connectors,
butt connectors don't count.
battery to ESC.
So
That'd be basic, unless he's talking about bullet connectors.
.14 gauge and 12 gauge.
yeah, I did
Mhm.
14 gauge on there. Let's see. Dean's is best used for 2-3S lipo applications. The pros: small, cheap, pretty simple to solder, tight connections, can't not be wired wrong way.
True.
True. But the Dean's plug is like a Traxxas plug, just one pin sideways. The cons of them is cheap, maybe easy to do the tight connections. Not suitable for strong currents. So
What's up, guys?
what's
What's up,
up?
Dana?
So, Dana,
And by bullet connectors, I meant these.
Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
direct
Lyle was saying butt connectors.
connection.
Yeah. And tip for y'all: did you know the first original Dean's plug was designed and manufactured in W.S. Dean's, California?
Deans are a good, simple connection.
They are.
Right. It was one of the most common connectors for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. It's still pretty common. Like, a lot of people are still using them, still rocking them.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm still
If
rocking
you-
them on the crawlers.
I've got them on my trail rigs that don't build a lot of heat.
If you
Yeah.
buy a drift car,
Mm-hmm.
Element, my trail runner had Deans on it when I got it. Downside to Deans, right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The burnout.
Yeah, no.
Active says was on Dean's until it melt one with a 3-cell in a tread rig. I've
Yep.
never had one of mine melt like that.
No.
So you start putting some amperage through them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had, they said they're rated for 60 amps, 75 and bust.
Yeah. Easy to solder though.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of the pros on it. I mean,
And the downfall, though, is there's so many people that are making the Deans that you don't know if you've got the good quality red insulated plastic on them or if you have just the cheap injected plastic
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
until you go to solder them together, and then you got one prong that's melting and all deformed in it.
Take care, Lyle.
See you, Lyle.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
wow.
getting out of here already.
He said he might be back.
Bye, Lyle.
He might be going to the Brad show.
The Brad show. Yeah.
I don't know if the color will come through or not, but can you see the difference in color?
Yep.
So real Deans, cheap knockoff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they use the cheap knockoff ends when you get these squid chargers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you want a bad connection too, right? As you're charging.
Right.
Yeah.
And I noticed they don't use these anymore on these,
Yeah.
the glow igniters with the
Yeah.
rechargeables in them. I've had this thing for 8 years already, and I only use it for my XT60,
Mm.
which I'm going to have to make just a lead up just for that because this is a little bulky.
Yep.
So let's talk about the next plug. The Traxxas plug. TRX.
Excuse me.
All right. So the current rate of a Traxxas plug is 60 amps to 75 burst. Cable uses a 12 gauge or like 12 gauge or 14 gauge, I think. 12 gauge mostly.
Now, here's the downfall to those connectors. It's a specific to the charger. And
Yeah.
you have a hell of a time trying to find just a single lead if you don't want to use a Traxxas charger.
Yep.
Even worse if it's a smart stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of guys want to buy the smart chargers because all they do is start it and walk away.
Yep.
And you can't do that with those.
Yeah, like you might have a Traxxas charger, but if it's not an IQ charger and you have IQ batteries, you're pooch.
Yep.
Well, Lyle, that was fast. Gone and back already? Holy crap.
Body break.
The Brad show's not on right now.
Right. That was a false link you got there, Lyle.
All right, so
Like last weekend when we were at Great Lakes Gauntlet, I went over to Helios Batteries, and they have batteries where they actually have like certain milliamp batteries and certain size batteries. You only get an XT60 from Helios. And then they'll have adapters in the box, like an XT60 to a Dean's, XT60 to an EC3 or whatever.
Yeah.
They actually have one, an XT60 to a Traxxas. I'm like, no. Just cut that end off and regular hobby grade plug on it.
You end up with batteries looking like this until you get your plugs.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. So the pros about the Traxxas: super easy, safe, good grip, can't be connected wrong, large plastic tabs, do not remove tabs, easy to solder. The cons: expensive, large size, suitable for only for battery connectors.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say another thing is you can't get the female ends that go on the batteries. They've discontinued them parts.
Really?
Except for the new safety plugs they have, they don't make them anymore.
Yeah. Huh.
For which
But
ones?
you can find the old plugs
Yeah.
still floating around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a couple
You're
batteries
talking
I
about-
had.
What's up, Joe?
Talking about for Traxxas?
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
You're talking about Traxxas?
Yeah.
See, I just never understood why somebody would do a proprietary battery plug.
Yeah. Like I said, even the companies that, if you look at most of the companies, if you get an off-brand battery that has a Traxxas plug on it, it's labeled Traxxas. They have to buy the plug from them.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yep.
So, all right, so that's what I have on the Traxxas plug. So let's talk about the good old famous Tamiya, Tamiya.
Do we
Whatever
really have to?
Radio Shack.
Yes, it was part of the thing, so we have to talk about it. I mean,
Their supply will run out some decade, I'm sure.
well, they've been around since the 70s, so it's still a plug that's kind of used today.
Well, you guys may or may not know, I work with a guy that's huge into airsoft. Airsoft guns use a mini Tamiya connector.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, HPI was using this connector.
Yeah.
They were using them for their roto starts and for some of their on-road cars, their RTRs.
And it's some of you may or may not know, it's actually called a Molex connector.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all know what a Tamiya.
Yeah, of course. Everybody knows it as a Tamiya plug, but
yeah.
Current rate of a Tamiya plug is 15 amps.
Now, those I've melted plenty of.
Oh, we've all melted those. They use a 20 to 14 gauge wire. They're used in beginner level RTRs, Tamiya cars, receiver batteries, so on.
Yep. They're also used in a plethora of different electronics in the automotive field for like aftermarket stuff, in handicap vehicle ramps, stuff like that. They use them.
They also use them in lighting.
Yeah.
For some of your bigger vehicles.
Yep.
Yeah. So the
Which is really fucking stupid.
Very popular still today, easy to solder and assemble. Cons about them: not suitable for high current or means, flimsy, not very durable design.
Joe Girding said he's more of a twist of wires together and some Dollar Tree electrical tape kind of guy.
Did you know, in some case, many Tamiya connectors are wired in reverse priority. This is often the case of airsoft guns, where the square profile terminate is negative terminate. All right. Somehow. So, if y'all didn't know what a Tamiya looked like, that's what it is.
Really? Now I'm not going to be able to sleep.
All right. Let's see. We'll talk about the EC connectors. Those things.
DC and or IC.
Yeah.
So current rates of those is EC3 is 60 amps to 75 amps. The current rate of EC5 is 120 amps to 150 amps. 50 amps being the 150 being the burst, I think. Cable wire.
And that was a connector that Losi used on a lot of their RTRs.
Yeah, that's what my Losi truck came with.
Yeah, the original Losi Nightcrawler came with them. The Mini T's 2.0s came with the smaller, the EC3s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the lockdown on those for a while.
Yeah. That's That's what I've been using on the Lucy truck there. So,
Anyone that's used the IC version, specifically the IC5, they're awesome to unplug, aren't they?
yeah.
Couple pair of vice grips.
Yeah, they are tight. Like, you'll never have to worry about them vibrating loose.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually what comes on the axial rift.
Yep.
Yes.
Rift, SCX6, Losi drag vehicles, they have IC5.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of the smart wire on it, the telemetry wire, but
If you have the smart remote, it's awesome because it gives you
Right.
full battery telemetry, like low battery and all that.
Yeah.
right.
But using the stock like RTR remote or anything otherwise, I find it's a waste.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Fun fact, you can plug while we're on the subject. Hold on, I'm digging. So this is the 2200 IC3.
yeah.
You can take one of them if you're in a pinch. They will fit in an XT60.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so will the IC5s. The IC5s fit in the XT90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how I charge some of my batteries too.
I mean, they go together a little funny, but it does work.
Yeah. So the Puros can stand strong current for each solder. Heat shrink not required. The cons: large size, not built as a ET, not built strong as a XT connector.
I find either ECs or ICs finicky to solder. It's hard to get them to solder without melting the casing or or distorting it anyway.
All right. They're mostly used for helicopters, drones, aftermarket connectors, fits ARMA, IC connectors, uses E3 and 10th scale and EC5s and larger scales.
I was going to say a lot of the stuff is either the EC3s or the EC5s is mainly the Horizon stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And did you know that EC connectors fit directly into an IC connector?
Well, I know.
Well, for the other people who didn't know.
Right. And Dana demonstrated that before you got to that.
I know he did. So
Now that'll go in XT60.
Now you know.
No, he went a different way. He went to XT90s and XT60s to EC3s and EC5s.
Right.
That's two totally different connectors.
Yeah.
Right, but same thing. You're able to
Same
use. You're able to use.
Yeah, the ACs, the ECs, and the ICs. Yeah, they're interchangeable.
yeah.
Real quick, make sure everybody in the chat, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up.
Yes.
You know, Lyle said there's 15 people watching and only 6 thumbs up. Come on, hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, no, really. So IC connectors. Let's get into that.
I see
The what?
I see no connectors.
I see no connectors. Sorry. I'm trying to do this the cheap version, all right? I could pay StreamYard another $25 just to show the picture pop up on the screen, but I was like, I'll try to do it this way and be a little cheap.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's an IC female.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dana came all prepared, huh?
No, my battery charger's 8 inches away with all my stuff sitting there. So
There's the IC mail.
Yeah. There you go. It's right there on the back of the screen. There we go. All right. Cable use 16 to 12 gauge wires. Mostly used in armored vehicles. Pros, good grip with strong connector bodies, 30 pin for smart features. That's cons. May be tricky to solder due to the third pin, expensive connector.
And hard as fuck to unplug.
Yeah.
especially the 5s.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even have to strap your battery in because it's not coming out.
No. No.
No, it's not. The plugs are used for Arma, Spectre, Technology, Horizon Hobby, Axial. Blah, blah, blah. And did you know Spectrum smart batteries have an integrated memory chip to store data from the charging cycles, etc.?
That's
Yes,
a whole
indeed.
different conversation. So just to give people an example, that's the third pin you get a solder to.
Oh, I see it.
Right there.
A tiny little
Damn.
kit bag pin in the middle.
Oh, damn. That would be hard.
And
Yeah.
that's a IC3, so a 5 you'd have a little more room, but
Yeah, let me pull that out in here.
Still sucks a fat cock.
It's still not all that great.
no, see, yeah. And like they said, they're an expensive connector to buy,
Yeah.
and no one's doing a knockoff.
I think if I seen somebody do a knockoff of those, I still wouldn't buy it.
Well, there's that too.
You know, just like any other one, if you don't know what kind of plastics you're getting, if it's going to be, you know, any kind of temp-related plastic where it's not going to distort or push the pin out when you try to put any heat on it.
Yeah.
So, the next plug is the XT connectors.
I don't want to feel left, so I'm going to reach over here.
Get it.
Doorbell.
Yeah.
Ding dong.
So, there is the XT60, the XT90, and the XT30s. There's the big, small, and current rate. An XT30 has 15 amps to 30 amps, XT60 is 30 amps to 60 amps, and XT90 is 60 to 90 amps. Boom, boom,
There's
boom.
the 60s.
Male,
Yeah,
female.
there's 60.
Ding ding.
All contributed.
Yeah, no, look, everybody's part of the show now.
I feel left out.
Hey, I feel left out. I'm over here just trying to, pop everything up.
Yeah, here's another good one.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
This is 60 to the 90. You can see the size difference between them.
Yeah.
IC3 to EC2.
I've got an IC3 to an IC5.
Oh, yeah.
I think the XT60 uses a 4 millimeter and the XT90 uses a 5 or 6 millimeter.
60-30 to Dean's.
Now, I was reading, of course, I'm dead drag racing, and I was reading about battery connectors, and everyone's using like XT90s. Someone did a test with putting current through the connectors to see voltage loss and resistance and all that. The 60 performed better than the 90.
Yeah.
Like across the board. Figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like putting a 2-gauge wire on your battery and only having a 6-gauge wire to your starter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So cables used 16 to 18 on the 30, 14 to 12 on the 60, and 90, 12 to 10.
Joe Girding said there is knockoffs. They're blue.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The pros cannot be connected the wrong way, easy and safe to use, good grip, very strong connector bodies, pretty easy to solder. Watch out for high temperatures or the plastic body may melt. Cons: large size makes things tight, sometimes requires heat shrink.
Well, the nice thing about them, you don't have to use the heat shrink on them because it's got that cover.
Yeah.
Well,
For a
some of
little
them,
added insurance if say you're
some of
doing
them have the cover.
Others don't.
Some don't.
Yeah, others don't.
Like if you get those, you can get right.
right.
Yeah.
I try not to get these. I try to get those because they're nice. But that's
Yeah, but the ones with the covers on them are way better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're doing like a JST plug on it for say like a direct power servo or a winch, then you definitely want to put some heat shrink over it just to insulate it from the other side.
All right. And did you know originally manufactured and potential holder, the original designed XT connector for Hamas Electronics? The next connector is the Vatava JR.
Never heard of it.
It's just basically like your
It's a servo connector.
server connectors.
Mm.
And you used to be able to get receiver packs for nitro
Yep.
vehicles with those.
Yep.
And if you wanted to put a LiPo instead of a rechargeable or double A's, then God forbid you try to solder one of them ends on.
Mm.
Yeah, so the current rate of those is 3 amps. Cable used 20 to 24 gauge. More powerful servos 20. They're used for receivers, servos, ESCs, light kits, telemetry, and so on.
What was the current rating on that again, Chris?
Current rating is 3 amps.
So think about that. If you have a non-direct power servo plugged into your receiver and the servo's half nasty that draws maybe 8 amps, like you're pushing an external BEC to its limits through a receiver, you're almost maxing that out.
Yeah.
We're asking a lot of them little things.
I know.
Definitely.
But pros used everywhere, easy to spin with the Y cable, easy and fast to build. At your soldering and next job.
Yeah, if you only have solder on half the side of your connection, your current is going to fluctuate. So you want your solder to surround that whole circumference of the wire into the plug.
Yeah. He's searching for something. He's like, I know, I got it here.
I was trying to find another connector, but I can't find it.
So the cons, they may not be the best solution to power your RC accessories and gadgets.
Maybe a little Radio Shack toy or Walmart. If you want to try and get fancy and save room, but those are only AA, so you're good.
Yeah.
For the life of me, I cannot remember the name of this plug.
JST.
Oh.
Yes, JST.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a JST PH. SCX24.
Right. That's the J.
Yeah.
But that, Losi used to put those on their mini T batteries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the SCX24 still uses them.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And so does My Trick RC
Yes, for the
with
light.
all their lights. There's like 30 different variations of the JST plug.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot.
It's kind of crazy.
So,
Oh,
did I actually have it? No, I did not.
This is actually considered a JST plug as well.
the balance plugs.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah, because all the balance plugs are just different pin variations.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
But they're
talking about next.
oh, is it?
No,
I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
you're good. I'm glad y'all talking about that. I mean, you're showing it, so I mean, that's good.
It just means Chris has got to find it.
Well, I thought I had a picture of that one, but I didn't do the picture. Which I thought I did.
Yeah,
But I didn't.
XH. Was it XH and PH and
Yeah,
SH?
I don't know the other one.
I think there's multiple.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. There's tiny little 2 pins, 3 pins to like 12 pin. They even use some of those in the 3D printers.
There
Yeah.
you go. But everybody showed that already. Current rate is 3 amps. Cables use 30 to 22 gauge. Reliable, easy to use, but does not fit right. Cons, not for high currents, does not lock. Did you know the JSX connectors were developed by JTS manufacturer company Japan solderless terminals? Be easy to confuse with the Molex cable.
I don't really see them being easily confused for Molex connectors, but
Yeah.
At a glance, especially when your eyes are squinting real tight.
that is horrible, Dennis. My goodness, man. And this is the stupid fucking tool you got to use to clamp those little pins for those JST plugs.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn.
Yep.
Fucking John just moved his hobby room into his living room.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a rolling.
It's called I'm working on stuff and I'm sitting here with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you used to work on stuff in your regular RC room.
Yeah. I gotta clean it. I can't find nothing.
So you're kind of like me. I start there at my workstation, and I find myself up on the floor there.
Yeah, eventually I'll end up having a 6-foot table opened up in here, and
Yeah.
then another one going out the door.
Just go for the 8 and 10 foot.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just messing with you, Dennis.
well, I'm gonna end up having a table set up in here once I get this hydro dip going.
But I guarantee you're fine. You still find yourself on the floor here messing with it, just like, okay.
I won't be, because I know it's going to be hard getting up off the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the feeling. You just don't bounce up like you used to anymore.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. There's
That is for sure.
But
no more bounce. It's all roll.
Yeah.
I'm too skinny to roll.
Roll.
Yeah,
Yell for
radioactive. The problem is with a clean shop, functional shop, is you don't know where anything is, and you're probably not working on anything.
I mean, I try to keep mine as clean as possible and straightened.
mine's clean for the most part. I just, once I get these couple projects done, then everything will be where it needs to be, and I can focus on relocating this to over here, and then just get a small monitor for the back and just run off of that.
Yeah. So,
Move shite around.
but,
Plus, I'm only in a little 10 by 10 room.
That's all I have, roughly.
Plus,
What is that, Dana?
What?
What are you in the attic?
No, just upstairs, second floor.
Oh, okay.
We got a box on the floor that I need to finish this truck with. I've got a 24 crawler in its own case that's got to go back to the owner. I got 3 bags on the floor for all my trail and comp stuff. So once I order the closet, that shit'll go in there.
these are the sites that I kind of got the information from. So I put in the link in the chat there. So if you guys want to check it out.
Look at you, fancy.
I spent the week to, really dive into it and all. So
You did a good job, Chris.
thank you.
Yes.
We didn't get
Tony must be eating pretzel rods.
So, and this is another one that had a lot of good information too.
Pretty crunchy for dried fruit.
Freeze-dried Skittles.
Oh, you're not that stuff, are you? They look
Dude, these
so
things are
freaky.
insane.
Yeah, I know. They look so freaky. Like,
Yeah. They're like,
yeah.
They've
Like
exploded.
Yeah.
They're like blowing up Skittles.
They are.
Have you seen the freeze-dried gummy worms yet?
Oh yeah, I had them.
Those are insane looking.
Yep. The Skittles are the best though. Like, don't get me wrong, like regular chewy Skittle is great, but something with these freeze dried ones are just insane.
No, I can't get past the texture.
People have been doing like everything.
Oh yeah.
There's a place about 20 minutes from me that does a shit ton of freeze-dried candy.
Is this really like that loud? You can hear me crunching on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought you were eating pretzel rods.
Oh shit! All right, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I'll just turn up his mic a little bit more so we can hear it.
No, don't do that.
Oh no, we can hear it clear.
But that's it for that. So now it's free chat. Go ahead.
All right, well, I gotta go see you guys.
All right, segment's over. See you later, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye. Good night.
Toodles. One thing I'm kind of surprised is why battery manufacturers are limiting to one connector type. Like, I've got a couple batteries in my drift cars that take a bullet connector on the battery, but there's an adapter. Battery side, car side.
You're doing race packs.
Well, not all of them though. I got a couple packs that aren't race. They're just smaller packs.
And they still have the 2 bullet connectors?
Yeah, they're a lot
Like
smaller. Those are an 8mm bullet connector. They're massive. Like,
Are they ProTech?
no, Gen's Ace Redline.
Oh, okay.
That's a 4mm. This is for my drag car.
Damn. Yeah.
But like, if battery manufacturers started doing that, you weren't limited. Like, I've seen a lot of batteries that would fit what I wanted to fit, but I'd have to go through and change a connector or do whatever, which fine, I can do it, but it doesn't mean Joe Blow can do it.
Yeah.
If you sold them separate.
Yeah.
$1 million idea, Tony, right there.
See, that's all right, Lyle. Take care, buddy.
Later.
Bye, Lyle.
With
See you at Brad Show.
all these other companies, they start making these adapters from a different connector to a different connector.
Yep.
And your noobs that get into the hobby don't understand that the more connections you have, the more issues you can have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's just a shitty connection or could really cause some serious damage.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think if the industry, if they had just their industry standards where there was only 2 connectors across the board, they would eliminate that whole issue of having to have adapters and all the other dumb shit that they've got.
Or make adapters.
Yeah.
Right. And here's prime example, and John can vouch for this. We were at Great Lakes Gauntlet, and the 2 main battery chargers that were out only had XT60s. Now, good thing that I had my cord to go to the Deans, because that's what I use in my trail truck. Otherwise, I'd have been shit out of luck.
And good thing I had my XT60s to my IC5s adapters. Right.
Right. And one of the battery chargers just so happened to have its own little battery pack and then this briefcase. a $700 battery charger, and you're limited to one battery style on a connector. No.
Although he did have the spiders there.
Right, but
yeah, coming from an XT60 to whatever. Yeah.
What's up, Eric? It just makes it difficult to do all that.
Here's
Type of battery charger.
Here's the funniest part about that charger is it's got a spectrum layout for the charger, but XT60 is plugs.
Yeah, all the displays are from the Spectrum smart chargers, and the way that you have to go through the program, but everything is an XT60 where you plug in your battery. Your battery literally plugs into that and plugs into the balance port right next to it.
Oh, what brand charger? Can you remember?
Wire Doctor. The guy's from, oh God, he was at Beat the Creek.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think he was from Indiana. The guy
I think so.
Electronic whiz. And he tears all this shit apart and builds these briefcases and ammo cans and all this where you have to have zero electric all weekend.
Wow.
You can run your charger. You can run lights.
There was 4 plugs on that thing, plus USBs on each plug.
Oh yeah, you could charge your cell phone. You could put a cigarette lighter in it. You could do just about anything with that thing, except plug a fucking microwave into it.
It was like a portable power bank then.
Yeah.
It's in a.
It's about the size of an ammo can.
Okay.
It's actually a 50 caliber ammo can.
Right. Yeah.
And it weighs about 30 pounds.
I bet.
It's 26 volts.
Wow.
I mean, it's stacked with LiPo. And once it gets to a certain point, he said it takes about 3 days to charge.
Holy shit. Must have one of those big drone batteries in it.
It's probably like a 6x8 square, like a big fucking brick.
Yeah.
That's probably that 30,000 milliamp, like fucking Josh got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably one of them.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think he's recharged that again. He's only charged that thing the once.
It probably took 2 days to charge.
Mm.
Yeah, but when they do have a full charge on them, they last quite a while.
So we beat the hell out of that thing that weekend. That was the only charger I think that was out.
And then even like my buddy Joe, he's got that Venom 4-bank charger. I use the piss out of that thing. Every time that you hit start, you hear the generator.
Yeah.
I mean, charging 3 and 4S LiPos on that thing all weekend.
Yeah.
I think we only used, I think Josh only used maybe 5 gallons of gas on top of what he had in it when he got there.
Yeah.
And he was running his motorhome, the lights outside, that charger, and a couple other little things. And we let it run all night, had the lights on all night. And that was just to keep the critters away from everything. Good time, but poor communication on their part as far as people that have never been there. And meaning that is what type of trail you're going to be into. It is not just a trail that you're walking down and all of a sudden you're going down a hill, coming up a hill, going over some roots and rocks, and maybe a creek crossing.
It's crushed brick and concrete the entire way.
Oh.
Yeah.
2 trails on 200 acres.
Ooh.
We were 2.5 hours in. I went through 3 batteries and a transmission.
How many tires did you tear?
No,
No.
not a one.
Really? Usually well, if it's a crushed concrete I'm thinking of is nasty for sidewalls and tires.
Mhm.
It was just busted up stuff that they got. And then it was a bunch of just massive fucking boulders and cobblestone.
What's up, Eric?
And then
So,
they cemented some stuff in. They stacked them around some others. Used what was there as far as trees that were falling and stumps. Utilized all that. I mean, it was cool, but it was more of a G6 rock racing trail than anything. Definitely brought the wrong truck into the woods, and didn't know that until we were a mile back from where our campsite is.
Yeah.
You had to get like wagoned in, didn't you? So
Yeah. And miss it when they close it and walk or happy asses back out.
Yep. I had to carry my truck because the transmission was fucked up in it and burned 3 batteries that I brought in.
I had an extra battery. Mine died on the way back, but I was so freaking whooped. I just said the hell with it. Just picked the truck up and just carried it.
It's a long walk with a 9-pound truck.
you're right.
Yep.
I will say we went trailing. The trail we were on was probably a 3.5-hour hike, and the wife to be comes with me a fair amount. And about 200 feet in the trail, she broke a C hub. She got an SCX-10-1, the OG version. She carried that truck all the way in that trail and all the way back out.
Wow.
She's a trooper, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit.
I had to do that
and
with the Hummer there.
And it's like that's what she carried.
Damn.
Steel cage on the back, but I said leave it in the woods. Nope, I'm bringing it.
Yeah, don't let this one go.
Yeah, definitely not.
Well,
Yeah,
next-
definitely marry this one.
next Saturday we're making it official. So
Well, that's cool.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
yeah.
sorry. No,
Don't mind Eric.
congrats, though, nah.
If I would have had to carry this one, I would have fucking tied a rope on it and just drug it.
Yeah.
That's almost 13 pounds.
A lot of the
Carry your head
hardcore
around,
guys.
So what's the difference?
Huh?
Huh? If you can hunt, you can hear.
But when you're talking over people, we can't hear you.
All I heard was Charlie Brown.
I was just gonna say that. Oh, is it Charlie Brown?
A lot of the hardcore guys, like they go with SCX6s for long trail rides. They keep a dog leash in their pocket
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
in case they break something. They just clip it on the tie rod in the front and drag it out. Put the transmission in neutral, and
That's it.
Yeah, that's why I should have
Yeah,
with the
that-
Hummer there.
And if I'm not mistaken, I was one of maybe 5 out of 460 people that drove a hard body in there.
ooh,
What's up, Joe?
Yeah. The only other hard body I seen was a TF2. And he said the same thing I did. Definitely not the truck for back here.
I wouldn't imagine.
And my tires on that are 419s. Everybody else is running 475s and 22s.
Mhm.
Yeah, I should have brought that blue truck up there. It's an SCX 10.2 brushless with 475s on it. I don't care about that truck. I will beat the dog piss out of it and let it bleed. I don't care.
Damn, you sure talking about an RC truck?
What's up, Sean? But
Hey, Sean.
I brought my very first cross RC that I built in there. And short wheelbase, heavy truck, hard body, with a not so strong of a transmission. And the only thing happened was I ended up destroying the main gear in the transmission.
What's up, you cunt?
Which, no big deal. I've got an upgraded transmission for it. I was just hoping to put it in that truck.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
So I might have to tear two trucks apart, take that transmission, put the heavy duty one in that, and then put this transmission in the other truck. But for $44, I'll go buy 5 more of those transmissions and upgrade all of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, the truck actually did pretty good. I was keeping up with everybody there. But some guys that were running, like full stock axial chassis and drive lines, the only difference.
Why do you got to call me out like that?
They were running. They're running full droop and they're in comp mode. These guys go blow past you. Now we're in there 2 hours, didn't get maybe a little over halfway through the trail. These guys are running these trails in like 2 hours and less.
Wow.
One guy walked past us carrying his truck. Fucking one tire's hanging this way, the other tire's hanging down here, fucking servo's hanging out of it. I'm like, what the hell happened? He goes, dude, that's what happens when you're running time on a big rock garden and you have to stab the throttle to try and bounce it over something. It didn't bounce. It just slammed into it head on, never budged.
It's snapped in half.
Yeah.
He's like, yep, I'm done. I'm like, you think?
So you didn't bring 2 rigs with you? You only brought the one?
6.
Ah.
I brought 6 trucks with me.
Hmm.
Needless to say, we didn't go back there on them trails again. We were going to do a night run.
We played up front and played on the oval and played on the off road.
Yeah, we burned up some of John's batteries in his oval car and his Pro Moto, and then played on the course that they have up front all lit up.
Lots of laughing and joking, though.
Oh, yeah. Lots of laughing at people that were drunk.
We're not going to mention any names.
Right. But next venture is first weekend of May to go to Beat the Creek. That's my next event.
Yeah, I'm going going next week to the Howler Crawl at Drew's Backyard Park in Zebulon, North Carolina.
All right, cool.
How far is that from you, Chris?
2 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's not a terrible long drive, but it's 2 hours.
Is it a camp and crawl or?
Yeah, it's camp and crawl.
Are you gonna camp?
Yes.
Well, you are.
What are you going to sleep in?
The buddy's got a tent for me, or I could sleep in the truck. Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Tell you what, get your ass to Beat the Creek in May. I've got a tent that you can have.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning on
You'll-
going this year.
What?
I plan on going next year.
You plan on going this coming May?
Yes.
Okay. You better start saving pennies now.
Oh, I have been.
Oh,
I'm taking me a fucking vacation. I'm tired of hearing everybody's vacations. Everybody's vacation. Motherfucker, I'm taking one. I'm tired of this shit.
about time.
What's a
And if he
vacation?
tells- If he tells you you can't take off, tell him I can't stay here.
Yeah.
Yep.
God,
That's
the
ridiculous.
new
You're gonna
guy-
fucking sit there and work and work and work and not have a fucking vacation? Like that doesn't work, dude. Nope.
like the new guy
Not cool.
they just hired. He already had 3 vacations. I was like, I've been here for 4 fucking years and hadn't took 1 vacation.
You know what they say?
Started.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Yeah.
That is correct.
And you see what Bushman said, right? Pack your jammies.
Yeah, no shit.
Actually, just go to Walmart and buy a sleeping bag. It's made by a company called Sub-Zero.
I already got
It's
a sleeping bag.
$47.
I already got one.
Dude, you could sleep in there fucking naked and sweat your ass off.
At 20 below.
Everybody complained about how cold it was this past summer at Beat the Creek because it got down into the 40s. I was sweating my ass off in that sleeping bag.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, I'd be in a t-shirt.
Yep.
Was it this past year?
I've slept when it was 41 degrees out, and I slept like a goddamn baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I slept great.
In a tent, under a blanket, in between 2 sleeping bags. They laid one down and laid one on top. Me and
Oh,
Tyler
okay.
slept on the air mattress. We put a moving blanket underneath the air mattress so it didn't bring the cold up through it. Beautiful.
Yeah. But yeah.
All I gotta say is that one night at the Gauntlet, it did get chilly.
Dude, it got cold quick, and the dew came in real soon.
It came in
Like-
hard.
Like
How
11
cold?
o'clock, we're just sitting there back at our campsite,
And you're like,
and we're
why
getting
am I
wet.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
literally
literally-
raining on us inside the canopies.
You
How
get up
cold
off
is
your
cold?
chair to grab something to drink and sit back down, and it's like splash.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
But
That's no
I
fun.
did buy. I bought the sleeping bag and I bought me a little wagon to pull with me up there. So
yeah. And here you go. By 8:30, I'd say I think all of us were in hoodies,
Yeah.
and it was 87 that day.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, normally I leave the rain fly open on the screen. I had to close it because you could feel like that little mist.
Oh shit!
Good old farmer's field with thick grass.
Oh yeah, that's just pulls them to do.
They'd be lost in the fog, Tony.
Me?
No, these guys.
Oh, up by you? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
You get some serious fog up there.
yeah.
We've had some good fogs here. I had one day. I had a comp early in the morning, and I had an hour and a half drive. I leave here, not a problem. I get a mile down on the main freeway. It's a wall, like a fucking just solid wall of just white. I'm like, shit, let's slow down. Now I get all the way out there. I'm only 5 minutes away from this guy's house where his comp's at. And the roads do this.
Oh,
You can't see the top of the hill. The speed limit is 55. I'm not doing 55 down this shit. I'll do like
No,
30.
don't blame you one bit there, Dennis.
Mm-mm.
I had to slow down because you can't see. Even when it's clear, you can't see over the crest of the hill. And now with the fog, you don't know where the hill starts and where it ends.
Right.
It gets,
I was barely able to see past the front of my truck.
yeah, it'll get thick enough here, like you lose half of your hood.
Yeah, I'm good.
Damn, that's fucking deep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great when it comes in like that at night.
Wow. But it's quiet up there at night, huh?
It can be.
Yeah.
Now you're close to the water, right?
I'm surrounded by 3 sides. I can hear the ocean with my window open.
Wow.
You're right on the water.
Yeah.
So you know when it's real foggy out, you don't hear loons. You don't hear any of them out there.
I don't hear loons when it's not foggy out.
Really?
I'm on waterfront property.
Loons don't generally go in salt water. They're more of a freshwater thing. You got to go inland to hear them.
It's always peaceful to be out in the mountains and listening to them sing.
I had an owl behind the house here a couple nights ago when I was letting the dogs out. That is the freakiest friggin' thing to hear out of nowhere in the middle of the night. Like,
a buddy of mine and I were out trailing one night, and we're walking back to the truck because as soon as it started getting dark, it was like an inkwell. You couldn't see shit. So thank God we had lights on the truck to light up a little bit. All of a sudden, we just heard this, I mean, fucking hair standing on your neck screech. Scared the fuck out of both of us. Here's a fucking screech owl right above us and seeing the lights on our trucks. Scared him. Well, it scared the shit out of us when he did that.
Yeah, I bet.
That happened, and I dropped my radio, and I'm like this. I'm looking around.
You're starting to look for Sasquatch at that point, right?
Oh,
What the? Check your shorts type of moment, huh, Dennis?
yeah, well, there was nothing to check on there. I know I was stepping in it. It was in my boots. I told my buddy after that, I said, we're not coming in here when it's dark. I said, that just scared the fuck out of us because it was super quiet. All you hear is our trucks just running, and all of a sudden they're, I'm like, oh. I'm waiting for fucking rocks to come falling.
I generally try not to go mosey too far in the woods after dark around here.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Well,
them black fuzzy things don't harm.
No, they're right soft and cuddly.
Yep.
I hear that they become your best friend.
Oh yeah. Between those and coyotes and yeah, it's quite something to see. Like most coyotes around here are on the smaller side, so they're probably 40 pounds, maybe 50. It's something to see a pack of them take down like a 250-pound deer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's unreal. You wouldn't think they could do it. They'd drop that within minutes.
Yeah, and it's a stack of bone within minutes.
Yep. Yeah. You start hearing them things yipping around because they get on the scent of something. They'll yip for about 15 minutes, and then it's dead silent because they got whatever they're chasing.
Damn.
Yeah, or they're on the run trying to get closer to where the rest of them are yelping.
Yeah.
Now, my first year, last year at Beat the Creek, where our campsite was, we weren't really close to the wood line, but about 2 o'clock in the morning, you can look through the woods and see a little white dot of light, which is like the next house. Well, all of a sudden you just start hearing yelping and howling. And you're like, what the hell's going on? And then it would get louder and louder. It seemed like it kept getting closer. And there's people all over the trails driving around at night. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, they're out there. All you're seeing is these fucking lights bouncing around.
Yeah,
like,
especially on our tents on the exit of Trail 3, like we were.
Oh my God, that's all I seen was a fucking glow of lights on the side of my tent.
You were closer to it than I was.
Yeah. But yeah, that was an eerie sound, hearing all them coyotes howling and then getting closer and closer to where you're at.
They almost sound like a hyena in a way. Like when they start yipping like that, that's what it reminds me of. But the buggers, they're smart for one, incredibly smart.
Oh yeah.
And they're just curious enough to see what you're doing that they'll get within 5-6 feet of you and you won't know it.
Yeah. Right.
Like you don't know where them things are. I remember being in behind mom and dad's house. And I was looking for something, I can't remember what now, and I thought I heard something in the woods, and I shone my spotlight in the woods, and I seen like 8 pair of eyes within 10 feet of me.
Oh. That's no fun.
My wife and I were right down the street, literally a mile down the road at my brother's house one day. Broad daylight. They let their little lap dog out. He's running around in the backyard. Thank God they have the underground fence. The dog's in the backyard, and all of a sudden, here comes this coyote, bounces across the creek into the cut grass. He's within inches of that electric fence for the dogs. And he, acting like he's wanting to play with this other one. And the other one starts running toward him. I'm like, yeah, I think you better call that little shit. So they start calling him. He finally ran back, and they let my nephew's dog out, which is a police dog.
Yeah.
And that dog, his hair stood up, and that was it, man. It was like fucking watching Cujo. Hair standing up, fucking mouth all foamy. And he just stood there holding his ground against that other dog, man. And next thing you know, my brother goes upstairs in the garage, and he's got his gun on the rail scoping this thing. I said, fuck scoping him, shoot his ass.
Not really.
It's only one coyote. It's not bad. It's when there's more.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is where there's one, there's usually 7.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That one, he's the one that goes and gets the attention of the others, draws him in, and then once he draws the bait in, that's it. That's when they all attack.
Yeah. They got after my cousin's dog a few years ago. It was probably a 75-pound dog and didn't make it. There wasn't much left to him.
Yeah, the nice thing about those around here is you can shoot as many as you want with whatever you've got.
Well, yeah, same with around here. They're considered a pest or a nuisance, so they kind of fall under that category.
Mm-hmm. Just like this pesky ass beavers we had.
Yeah, we had one, because I'm in an apartment complex where all of our apartments, it's all ranch style. And where I'm at is just a big horseshoe. It's a courtyard. We had a coyote come through here last summer chasing a deer. He ran right down our sidewalk. And everybody around here wonders why, other than because that window is my parking lot. Why I have so many guns. Well, That's one reason right out the window. And the other reason is you don't know what comes inside the courtyard at night.
Yeah.
Or who comes in the courtyard?
Exactly. I had a drunk knock on my door one night, and then he says, "Oh, why am I knocking?" and opens the door and walks right in.
That's just what you want.
Well, he walked into a barrel.
I bet.
It was right there. I told him, I said, "Get the fuck out." He goes, "No, you get out. You're in my house." I said, "No. Why am I going to be sitting in your house in my underwear watching TV and a gun in my hand?" I said, "You need to leave. You need to leave now before you carry it out." But yeah, there are big problems over here. Like last summer, it was pretty noisy out this way. This year, haven't heard one.
There's been a lot around this year, I find.
Yeah, the problem here is they'll chase any deer that are here over into the next city or the next county. And then once they can't find anything over on that hunting ground, then they come back here.
Yeah. Yeah, they got loops they work in.
Yep, 7-mile radius.
Yeah. Like where I live, it's kind of at the tip of a peninsula, so like a point of land. And you can hear them coming from behind the house, pass behind the house, go toward the shore, and then come back on the other side. Like you can, so you know they're loops that they're working in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then they'll be gone for a month or so, and then they come back.
Yep.
I'm just glad I don't live like Arizona or someplace like that. Everything wants to kill you down there.
You got fucking rattlesnakes, scorpion, spiders.
Yeah.
I just noticed that Eric left.
Did you just notice that now?
Yeah.
He's been gone like almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, he was messing with his camera there for a bit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna run away and shoot over next door and see what's going on.
Have fun with Brad.
I'm probably not gonna be there long.
Yeah, because you spent a lot of time here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, John doesn't look like he's going to be spending a lot of time over there.
I'm gonna have maybe 30 seconds of Brad, or he'll just get to me and I'll just, all right, gone.
That's it. It's only so much I can deal with that guy.
Some
Yeah.
days. And after the day I had today, yeah. Let's just say, when you got a smartwatch and you've already either done 26,000 steps or swung your arm about 3/4 of them, yeah, that tells you my type of day.
Good times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys later.
All right,
later,
John.
man.
Later.
Dude, he took us past the casino he works at to get home from the Gauntlet. Oh my God, that place is fucking huge.
Well, most casinos are.
I've never seen one like this. I mean, it's like fucking Taj Mahal big.
Oh.
And outside is laid out. For being in Michigan and where it's at, yeah, that's laid out.
I'm pretty sure.
Now I know why he's not giving up that place.
What he does there?
He's works the tables, the
Oh,
card
okay.
game.
Good times. Good times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus the 14th, he's going to be heading up to Jacksonville, Michigan, and hang out with the veteran that we met up with at the Gauntlet. They're doing a Halloween crawl, trunk or treat.
Oh, cool.
So him and Sheiky RC, I'm still waiting to hear back from him. They're going to go hang out up there a little bit.
Fuck it, why not? Have fun.
Oh, we know that, Sean. No such thing as a poor casino, but this place definitely tells you that they're drawing it in. Just the way that it's built and designed. It's
Yeah,
it looked like them fucking it looked like 6 movie theaters all kind of like glued together. Them what the fuck were those big theaters that they had? They had like
IMAXs?
the who?
The IMAX. You said big
Yeah, that and like the big Regal cinemas where they had like 13 different screens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this place was enormous.
Yeah, we got a movie theater like that. 16 theaters.
how did they even make enough movies to play at it?
Yeah, I
So
mean
we
the
got one-
MGM over here is small compared to
Oh,
that
yeah.
place.
Yeah, we got one of those. That's I think it's 12 theaters, and we got the Regal, which has the 16, and the Point has 14.
Wow.
You ever want to go see a movie that you seen back in the 80s? There's a place to go because they're going to be playing all of them at once.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Our theater is 4.
Well, at least you get a choice of what movie you want to watch. At
Remember
least
the
you got
last
a choice.
time
I can't remember the last time I went to a movie theater.
I can't
It's been a
remember.
while. Well, I think this past year I went to one. Went to go see Smokey and the Bandit.
I mean, we go to a drive-in that's not too far from here, and they usually do the double feature, and then once you're done with that double feature, you can turn your car around and watch the other one. So they got 2 screens going at the same time.
Yeah. The drive-in close to me, there's 4, but they're laid out like that, so you can actually be sitting watching one movie and look over and see the other movie playing.
Oh wow!
It's kind of silly, but
Wow.
it's just the way they have it set up. But the other theaters I go to, and the only reason I ever really go to theaters at all is to see the Marvel movies.
Yeah,
And I usually see them in the Dolby Cinema, which has like 160 fucking speakers. It's got like 100-foot fucking screen. It's ridiculous, but
like
it's just
part of the movie.
it is absolutely fantastic, though.
The last time my wife and I went to the drive-in, we went and seen that movie Lawless, and that's been out for a while.
Yep. That's
Who's
one
in
where
that?
that's
The
from
Kid
dude with,
from Transformers.
yeah, the buddy from Transformers. Isn't he a time traveler or something? Is that where he carries around that weird gun?
No, Lawless is about Prohibition.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, he started to run liquor with his dad when he was little, and then his grandfather, and then a friend of the family, and then he got into it, and
Yeah,
Dana, are you thinking of Looper
that's the one I'm thinking of.
with Bruce Willis?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew it started with an L. I was close.
That's funny.
Yeah, that Lawless is a good movie. And
Which is
if you have to get out and take a piss break, go back and pay to watch it again because you just missed the whole story plot.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Well, it kind of jumps back and forth at the beginning. So if you're not watching all of the beginning of the movie, you miss exactly what's going on.
Oh.
So when you come back and then all of a sudden you see him, he's running shine on his own. I'm like, what?
Like, wait, what did I miss?
Wait a minute. I was just watching him getting his ass beat from his mom for sitting in the car with his dad running shine.
That's
What's up, Billy?
What's up, man?
Yeah, so I got to make a trip to the hobby store this week. I got to get a servo horn and a cut to fit drive shaft so I can finish my trail truck.
There you go.
I've got drive shafts that I can make for the front. I just don't have one long enough for the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say it's the wheelbase is not your average extended wheelbase. 13 3/4.
That's
Yep.
not that bad.
Not that bad.
It might as well just be a fucking Jeep Gladiator.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to order parts for the race truck this week.
What'd you break?
CVD axle.
Took a bad tumble.
Yeah. I guess you want to say. So, I didn't have an extra one, so we had to pull one off of somebody else's vehicle so I can continue to race.
Did you see what Sean said? John Martin should be banned. He just went to Radio Shack.
Well, I'll give it. I'll give it to JM there. He was on here for a long period. He was on here for a long period.
You know what? I give John a lot of credit for putting up with Brad.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's driven to Brad's house a few times to help him out with stuff and then just hang out. And then he puts up with the phone calls and the text daily. You know, I don't know how half of the guys that are on that stream can put up with the emails that he gets. I mean, Josh, Jim's Hobbies was saying just in a week's time, he had 25 emails. He said over the period of 1 month, because he didn't delete it, he just wanted to see how many he was going to get. 200.
Oh.
Hence the reason that boy does not have my email or my fucking phone number.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't deal with that. Not a fucking chance in hell.
Eric said he tried getting back in, but he's blocked.
He blocked.
What'd you do, Chris?
I didn't do anything. Did I?
Aren't we just exciting?
Yay! Wait, Queenie hasn't stopped by yet.
Snooze
Yeah.
fest.
Didn't block him.
Well, I just sent him the link again. See if maybe something with the link.
Crazy.
Huh. Well.
Still not working?
He hasn't messaged back yet. I'm sure he probably didn't even look at it yet. He might be over at the Brad show watching or hanging out. So this is what I got going on for my trail truck.
That looks good.
Not a trail truck. That's a rock crawler.
It's a trail truck.
That's
You
a
ain't,
crawler.
you ain't comping with fucking 13 3/4 inch wheelbase.
This is the trail truck.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
That's a trail truck.
No, that's a toy.
Oh, that's a toy.
But
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me get my trail truck.
I got a set of Boom Racing Pro builds.
There's my trail truck.
Hey, that's better.
I traded a guy a SCX 10.2 slider for these wheels.
Oh yeah, that's the one you were showing last week, wasn't it?
Yeah. I brought the chassis out to him Saturday, and I got the rest of the hardware to finish up on the wheels yesterday. I put them in. I tried putting it on my comp rig, and I just need a 6mm hub instead of the 4s that come with them.
Oh, okay.
Because as soon as I go to tighten the wheel down, it locks up on the portal.
Yep.
So I just need 2mm more.
Story of my life.
But the cool thing is still the way that these wheels are, the way that they're set up, is the truck still sits at 9 1/4 on the width, because I've got such a deep offset on them. I thought it was going to be wider.
What axles are under that?
AR44s.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The original AR44 3-piece
Oh, gotcha.
with the BP Customs servo on axle mount. And
You converted them to portal?
No. These are still straight axle. On my class 2 truck's got the F10s on it.
Oh, okay.
And I tried putting these on there, and nope.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I understand what you mean.
If we're showing off trail trucks,
That's not a trail truck. That's a comp rig if it's got 4-wheel steer.
Crawler.
it locks out.
Now we're going to show off trail trucks.
The only trail truck I seen was Tony's. Rest of them are just rock crawlers.
Tony got a Troy.
We'll just get a trail truck out just to satisfy you.
Trail truck?
Trail truck. Yeah, that's a trail truck.
Trail. This is strictly trail.
Trail truck?
Trail truck.
That's a fucking mall crawler. That's not a trail truck.
I don't feel like pulling them down, so I'm not gonna bother.
It's easier for me to just do this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I'm getting sick.
Here,
Look.
Here.
Yeah, I can.
Trail truck.
Trail truck. Trail truck.
Trail
Truck.
truck. Trail
Trail
truck.
truck.
Trail truck.
Trail truck.
Trail
Trail
truck with a blown transmission. Trail truck. Trail truck tow pig. Yeah, I'll call it a trail rig.
I wouldn't.
Was
Trail
that a
rig.
Capra?
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
they're
just
not.
custom panels on it.
They're not trail rigs.
No.
Then one comp truck, second comp truck, original axial Yeti score basher, $3,000 Losi Mini T, and down there is a Kyosho 777 Nitro Truggy. Got the HPI Rally 1/8 scale flux. Then
Nitro.
Associated TC3 Nitro
Hmm.
trail truck.
Half a comp rig.
Garbage. Freaking 24s. That's my wife's. She drove it once.
But she did drove it.
Yeah. She wanted it, so I said, okay, well, then you pay for it. Because my money only pays for 10 scale. And then don't worry about this. This is
That's private.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's something special going on.
I don't know. Let me see if I can figure this thing out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, stop pushing buttons, dumbass. Got it. I don't know how to flip.
He gone.
He gone.
Oops. Oops.
Now, it's not that button.
Nope, not that button.
So you to flip the camera on, you got to go to settings, and then choose camera. It has interface 1, 2, 3.
God, this is a lot of work.
You go to settings.
StreamYard.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, go to settings and then you'll see camera. Just hit camera.
Okay.
And it'll,
Trail truck.
Trail
This
truck.
thing- That's a tow rig. That's front winch and rear winch on that.
TDR.
And those two.
Oh,
That thing.
Dana has expanded his collection
Oh,
quite a bit.
Buddy, you have no idea.
Oh, look at this.
Those. And that thing's hanging up there.
Oh boy.
And so, yeah.
Ah, somebody got busy.
Someone got bored.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Hmm.
All right. Well, as y'all see the little scrolling thing, it's time to end the stream for tonight.
Is that time again?
So we'll start with you, Tony, since you started.
Well, as always, Chris, thanks for the invite. I do enjoy our Tuesday nights and doing this, and hopefully some more people will catch on and start joining in and hanging out with us. But other than that, everybody have a good week. Enjoy playing with some tiny trucks somewhere.
All right. Dana.
Thanks for having me yet again. I didn't bust Tony's balls near as much this week. I figured I'd go easy on him for a little bit, but always a pleasure. Hopefully, like Tony was saying, we get some more people around to spread the wealth, so to say, and have a good rest of the week and good weekend.
All right. Dennis.
Thanks for doing the stream, Chris. Thanks everybody in the chat for hanging out. Appreciate it. And make sure you guys get out and do some trailing.
All right. And for me, thank everybody in the panel and in the chat there. Hope that tonight you probably learned something. So maybe. But anyway, y'all stay safe, and we'll see y'all next week. Later.
See ya.
See?